All right, hello, welcome to another video. It's been a little bit, I think like 2 days. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of posting daily, and I want to get back into kind of like vlogging my day, or just recording things I do outside of just me talking to the camera. But I really enjoy talking to the camera, and it's a way for me to express my thoughts in a different way, and also become a better speaker and a way that I express my thoughts. But there are a couple things that I want to talk about, and it's mostly just an update and also to just keep track of my progress. So, uh, I guess to start off, I went to the gym. Wow, I really need a haircut soon. um, I went to the gym this morning and I basically did full upper body. So I did biceps, triceps, shoulders, chest, and back. So I basically hit all the main muscle groups, and what I was doing was doing heavy intensity but lower reps overall. So, you know, training 5 different muscle groups, it's difficult to put that all in one without getting fatigued and taking too long. But surprisingly, I only took an hour. And instead of doing like 3 sets for 12 to 15 reps, sometimes I did 2 sets for 6 to 8 reps and a warm-up set before them. So it was a lot that I did. I was just jumping through a bunch of different machines and free weights and stuff, but I got everything done in an hour and 5 minutes, which is pretty good considering how much I did. And I feel fine right now. This is my 3rd week of going to the gym, and I feel very, very strong compared to how I started. Like, I was able, or I've been going up in weight in like every single thing that I've been doing. So it makes me really happy to see that there's little progress, and I just have to keep sticking with it. It's my 3rd week, and I know I'm going to see like substantial physical progress after 3 months, and I just have to keep going and keep it into my routine as I train for the Miami Marathon, which that's another thing where I ran yesterday. I did a workout, 400-meter repeats, and I was going pretty fast. I went 5:50 average, and that was a lot faster than what I was planning, but I felt pretty good. I felt decent. I didn't feel amazing, but I felt decent. So, with me working out a lot more, I'm starting to feel more fit, and it makes me really happy that, this time and effort that I'm putting into working out is actually working, and it's little progress, but it's good progress. So just want to stay consistent, keep the body fit, and not push myself too much to injury. So that's something I have to keep in mind. And yeah, I think that's it as so far for fitness. Oh, another thing, there is one thing that I'm keeping track of, because I have been going up in weight with certain machines and like dumbbells, for example, but I'm not necessarily keeping track of them too hard. But for bench, I am doing, or the goal is to bench 135 pounds, which is 45 pounds on each side plus the bar. It was a goal of mine that I had 3 years ago, and I never reached that goal because I stopped lifting for track and field in high school. So I want to do it again and aim for that goal. And today, okay, I did 105 last week, and I didn't feel the best, but it felt decent. And so I tried 115 today, which was 10 pounds heavier, and it did not go well. Like, I was able to control the weight down and then get it halfway up, but I couldn't fully extend to complete the bench. So unfortunate, but I was very close to it, so I feel like I have it next week. So I just need to train a little bit more, and I think in a month I'll be able to hit 135. So pretty cool to be able to do that, and I'm just excited to keep on going. And actually tomorrow I'm going to do a long run. I'm gonna aim for 7 miles, so we'll see how that goes in the morning. But yeah, very exciting, very cool. Another thing I wanted to talk about, this is a little side thing, because I'm wearing this black tee, or not black, a brown tee from Salvation Army, which is a thrift store, and it was my first time going, and I literally spent $70 on thrift items, but everything in the store was 50% off. So I got everything for $35. And I got so much stuff. I got like 8 different shirts, 2 blazers, a pair of jeans, like a bunch of stuff. It's so worth it. And it's also fun to thrift, especially to go with friends or close people. So yeah, just wanted to ramble on a little bit about that because I really like this shirt and it was $3. It's like, you can't say no to that. I have to be less hard on myself because I have so many things going on right now. Whether it's this internship interview that I have next Tuesday, working, school, being president of my club, exercising, social life. These are just things a part of life. But it is difficult to manage all of it, especially since I wasn't necessarily doing all these things 2 weeks ago. So for me to be able to complete all these tasks and also get enough sleep, eat right, and on top of that, I want to journal and read. And these are things that I know are beneficial, but I don't have to do them, but I want to do them. So I've been very hard on myself to basically complete all these different tasks that I have on my to-do list every day, but it gets so overwhelming, and I think it's so much that I just don't do anything. And it's very frustrating because I know I can do these things, and they're not the most difficult things in the world, if we're being honest. And so it's been difficult for me to do everything and then, like, let's say, do my homework. So I had therapy, which is why I want to talk about this, and there's a lot more I could get into, but basically the reason I am bringing this up is because I want to share how if you do have a lot of tasks throughout the day, maybe it's important to prioritize certain tasks. So for example, eating right and sleeping, those are non-negotiables. Like, those should be a for sure thing. You can't avoid those. And then school for me is pretty important because if I don't get my degree, I can't get the job that I want. So obviously I have to prioritize doing my homework and studying. So those 3 things, sleeping, eating, school, those are like for sure things that I want to do every day. And exercise is something else that I want to do. But then if I want some like journaling or reading or making a YouTube video like I am right now, I have to balance out what I do, because if I do a lot, like all the priorities, I may be too tired or mentally exhausted to do other things. So instead of doing them all at once, I can split it up and do separate things and kind of balance it out through my days. So that's something that I'm trying to learn, where I have to be more flexible in my schedule as to what I do and when I do them. So it's definitely something that I want to take note of and see how I can be better and more productive in completing tasks, but also not being too hard on myself for not completing all the tasks that I have listed, because my life has been changing a lot in the last 2 years, and especially in the last couple months. And I'm 20 years old now. I'm not a teenager anymore. I literally forgot that. But I'm getting older, and I do have a bunch of goals and aspirations and things that I want to do. But it's not possible to get everything done in one day. It's a process, it takes time. And I've been learning to be more patient with myself and not be so hard on myself. And it's really hard to just change your mentality, at a snap of a finger. But I'm trusting the process. I have to give myself some grace and also just reflect without having to do anything. Just look back at how much I've grown, how much I've changed, and just go from there, because I'm only going to get better. I'm only going to continue to grow. I'm only going to be a better version than I was yesterday. That was me rambling on about basically managing your tasks. And yeah, it's kind of difficult for me right now, but I know that I'll figure this out and I'll figure out what works for me. So if you're still watching, I want to say thank you so much. Much love. I greatly appreciate you, and have a good day.